What's up? What's up? Welcome back, my fitness and Spanglish fam. Welcome to episode number 2 of the Fitness and Spanglish podcast. I'm your boy Emilio, and I'm back at trying this for the second time. Uh, First of all, I want to thank all of you who have been with me since I started the channel. I want to thank those of you who stuck with me, those of you who view my videos, those of you, of course, who are already subscribed. I want to thank you. I really, really appreciate your support. Those of you who are new to the channel, those of you who have clicked on my videos for the first time, those of you who are checking me out for the first time, I want to ask you to please subscribe to the channel. Please show your support in whichever way you can, viewing my videos with a like, a comment, etc. I could appreciate all the support that you want to lend me. This way, I could continue to grow the channel and continue to provide more content. With that being said, I want to take a minute to also acknowledge my Spanish speaking audience. Bienvenidos al canal, bienvenidos al podcast de Fitness in Spanglish. Esto quiero agradecerles a todos los que ya están suscritos al canal y quiero pedirle a los que están aquí por primera vez, les quiero pedir que por favor se suscriban al canal y por favor que le den clic al botón de notificaciones para que puedan estar al tanto de lo que tengo por venir en este canal. So, gracias y por favor continúa soportando a mí y al canal porque tengo grandes planes y muchas cosas que quiero poder traerles a todos ustedes y así podemos crecer juntos como una pequeña comunidad aquí. So, gracias otra vez y ahora también voy a hacer ciertos episodios solamente en español para aquellos de ustedes que prefieren recibir el contenido en español. Voy a hacer durante la semana, voy a tratar de hacer quizás 1 o 2 episodios exclusivamente en español. So, back to English. Those of you who understood anything that I said, you're there. You definitely fit in with the channel, being that, I mean, it's in the name Spanglish, you know what I mean, in case you hadn't gotten it yet. So I just wanted to address some of my Spanish speaking audience, being that, you know, when I come across them, they kind of hit me up saying that, you know, I don't really say nothing in Spanish, and the channel is meant to be, you know, a Spanglish channel. So I just wanted to take a minute to address them. With that being said, today or this evening, I'd like to touch on it's a term widely used in, I guess, in the gym culture, the fitness, uh, in the fitness world. Uh, we say Flex Friday, right? It is something that for years since I, you know, started in this fitness world or this fitness lifestyle. I've heard it being said, and you know, I've practiced it myself. I believe I could be wrong, but I believe that it started with social media. You know, people would obviously we all, you know, we well not all, but you know, we hit the gym throughout the week, and then Friday is like, you know, we made it. You know what I'm saying? Not to say we don't go on the weekends now, but you know, Friday is like a culmination of, you know, the work that we've put in throughout the week, and so it was sort of a way to celebrate, I guess, the work that was put in throughout the week by naming it Flex Friday, and then you know, those of us who have a little gains, you know what I mean, we show off the gains, you know. So beyond that, I also like looking at it as a form of motivation. Um, those of us or those of you who are new into the fitness community, Those of you who are, just trying to, I guess fit in, if you could call it that. Which, by the way, there's no such thing. You're either in or you're not, right? There's no in between. Um, but if you stay consistent, you'll realize that there really isn't any in between. Um, I want to say to those of you who are new to the fitness world, that Flex Friday is also meant for you, right? Whatever amount of work that you've put in throughout the week, whether if you went to the gym 5 times throughout the week, if you made it to the gym 3 times, if you even made it once, right? Flex Friday is also for you. Okay. Don't think that there's a specific requirement to participate in the Flex Friday trend, because there's no such thing. The truth is, it's just something that we, uh, I guess, made up just to have that good feel of culminating the week and celebrating the work that we've put in, as I mentioned earlier. So Flex Friday is for everyone. Okay, you know whatever level you're at, whatever amount of work you've put in throughout the week, you know the amount of effort that you've given throughout the week, and the same way you have sacrificed not only to make it to the gym, but also you've sacrificed perhaps with diet. You've made time to make it to the gym. You've made time to stay consistent. With getting to the gym. Celebrate it. So to me, that's what Flex Friday really is about. It's not really, although we do it, it's not necessarily about flexing your muscles. It's more of a, way of I guess, celebrating the work that you've put in. With that being said, those of you who feel like you're not quite there yet, those of you who are still struggling with consistency, those of you who are still, I guess, on the fence on, is this something I really want to do or not? As I said before, there's no in between, right? You either do it or you don't. That's just the way it goes. I remember when I first started uh hitting the gym. I mean, I always played sports, and I've always been, but there was a time when I'd stopped doing it, once I was done with school and I was done, with playing and all of that. Um there was a lapse, in my life where I just kind of let myself go, right? For lack of a better term. And I really did let myself go. I mean, like, all the way, right? Um and I remember when, through family and friends and people who were concerned, because they had known me prior to me letting myself go, right? They knew who I truly was. I was always active, I was always an athlete, always, right? And so they, as they say, like, other people would notice it before you do. So I had other people notice, me letting go, right? And I guess giving up on the fit life, and giving up on fitness altogether. And regardless of, whatever, issues I was going through mentally at the time, I'm happy that those people, they got to me. That, and then of course I also had those of you who know, I had a little health scare, which also added, I guess, to the motivation of me getting myself back together. But I'm saying all that to say that I remember the day that I finally decided to sign myself up to a gym. I remember saying to myself that, I didn't go with the mentality of, oh, in 6 months I want to look like this, or in 3 months I want to have this or have abs, or I didn't get into it with any of that mentality. I remember signing up, and I remember saying to myself, I'm gonna come to the gym every single day that they're open. Every day that the gym is open, I'm going to come and I'm gonna put work in. And in 6 months, I will see what the result is. And I, looking back on it, I'm very happy that I approached it that way, because I really had no pressure, right? I didn't have any particular way that I wanted to look, or that, no, I literally signed up and I said to myself, I'm gonna come every day that the gym is open, meaning literally the only days that I didn't train in those 6 months were the days that the gym wasn't open. And I made that pact, right, with myself, um, that I would stay consistent for the 6 months and then just see what happens. Just see, literally just see what happens. And looking back, it was definitely the best thing I did. Now, of course, there is such a thing as muscle memory, and right. So yes, I definitely put in a lot of work, but it wasn't as difficult as I thought it would be, being that I had been fit prior to letting myself go, right? So once I got in that groove, as they say, I think they say like 2 or 3 weeks, things become a habit or whatever. This is true, right? Because I remember after like the third week, or the first month, at that point, I didn't want to go to the gym. I needed to go to the gym. And some of you know exactly what I mean. When you get to that point where it's not a want, right? It's something that you need to do. It just becomes a part of your day. It just becomes a part of your life. Um, and once you get to that point, you're off. Not to say that, there aren't days in between where you feel, you're feeling down, and you feel like you want to, slack off a little, or you get that false sense of security of like, man, I've been doing good. I could give myself some time off and all that. You get to the point where even on days where you declare them to be your rest day, you still find yourself wanting to go, and it's happened to me a lot. And those of you who know, some of those days when you really didn't feel like going, some of those days turn out to be the best workouts, because those days you're doing it for this. You see what I'm saying? So back to the topic of Flex Friday. Um, as I said, it is for everyone. The concept of Flex Friday is for everyone. Um, and you should definitely, you know, either become a part of it, or look forward to becoming a part of it if you aren't quite in the gym yet. If you're planning on it, if you're waiting for the new year, which I wouldn't suggest you wait, because I mean you could only imagine how crazy the gym is going to be at that point. But regardless, if you want to get into it now, or if you want to wait to the new year, whatever works for you, just make sure that you get to it. And once you get to it, make sure that you stay consistent. Don't count the days, make it count. So if you make it 5 days a week, great. But if you make it 3 days a week, also great. And if you make it just 2 days a week, make sure that those 2 days, make sure that they count. So that means the days that you go, make sure you actually put in that work. So that's all I have for you for today. I'm trying to keep it short, being that obviously I don't have the audience yet. So I'm trying to keep my episodes short for now. Obviously, as the audience grows, and I get feedback, through the live chat and etc. Then we can keep it longer, you know. But yeah, for now, I'm trying to keep them short so I don't bore you and drag it along. So that's all I have for you on the second episode again of the Fitness and Spanglish podcast. And I want to thank everyone who has subscribed to my channel. I want to thank everyone who's shown support on my channel. Those of you who have viewed my videos, those of you who've commented, those of you who've liked my videos, even those of you who have disliked my videos. It's all good. Balance is key. You see what I'm saying? So I want to thank all of you. And again, those of you who are new and checking me out for the first time, I want to ask you to please subscribe to the channel and please join the family and join us as we continue to grow one step at a time, and one topic at a time. And I promise you that I will get better. I promise you that I will do better. That is my word to you. So with that being said, I want to thank you all. Those of you who clicked on this video, I want to thank, whoever was here live. I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to come to you again. And I will keep you updated on the next pod. Now that I have a better idea of how to work all this, I'm gonna next week I will start coming to you more often. I'm gonna try to do at least 3 times a week. And in between, as I said at the beginning, in between, I'm gonna try to, do a all Spanish uh speaking pod. In between, the other episodes. So just to keep it all in the family, as I said, this fitness in Spanglish. So yes, we will be speaking Spanish. And guess what? Some of you who would like to learn Spanish, you're welcome to watch and check in on the Spanish pod too. You know what I mean? Learn something. And you're welcome to, hit the live chat and text in Spanish too. Like, let's make it fun. But we'll get there, as I continue to get better, as I continue to practice, and we'll get there, and hopefully we're able to build something good, something that's motivating and helpful for every and anyone out there who may need the motivation and who may need you know pointers, or perhaps just to hear a word of advice, or whatever it may be. But we're trying to do it here. So thank you again, and I'll check you on the next pod. Good night.